So in part one, I talked about how my love for Haiti began and how it morphed into this education to employment model, which is transforming the lives of over 2,000 Haitians and counting. In this episode, I'll show you how my Amish and Mennonite neighbors, through a spring Lancaster County benefit auction, are making this possible. Okay, so this is kind of like Haiti part 2. Last episode, we talked about why I'm passionate about Haiti. In this episode, we're going to talk about that direct connection between my Mennonite family, the Amish, the Mennonites, our neighborhood, and how we were able to connect those groups with partnering for a country like Haiti. It's kind of cool. Imagine it's the third Saturday in May. It is a tranquil, beautiful day, and you hear the roosters crowing on my farm, Herzog Homestead. I hate those roosters in the morning. One of the first things I do is I get into my outfit for the day. And because I will be surrounded by my conservative Amish and Mennonite neighbors, I wear my conservative dress. Conservative for me. I have my phones on me and I have the schedule on me and I make sure I'm totally ready to roll before I walk out of the house at 6 a.m. Now, if you don't know me, which I assume you do not, I'm not a morning person. I don't like mornings, but let me tell you, my neighbors are big morning people. So I'm quite used to them calling me at 6:30 in the morning when they have a question about the auction. I'm barely opening my eyes at that time. That is when early in the morning that things are coming together. We have over 100 volunteers from multiple conservative areas, multiple conservative churches, and each group runs a certain aspect. The old order Amish neighbors, the King brothers, they're always the first to arrive because their job, their designation is chicken barbecue. If you have not had Amish chicken barbecue, you are missing out, my friends. They come with all their apparatus on the back of tractors, on the back of buggies, and they're setting everything up and the coals are pumping by 7 o'clock in the morning. And that is what their thing is. Now, the old order Mennonites, they're coming too on their steel-wheeled tractors and horse and buggies and spring wagons, but they're bringing along the bake sale stuff. We have our own tent area just for the bake sale. And I'm telling you guys, these people are baking up a storm the week before this auction. I mean, there is powdered donuts, there is homemade strawberry pie, there is every fashion of cake, pie, gluten-free, sugar-free, none of it is fat-free. I can promise you that. But it is a joy to eat everything off of that table and not think about the calories. Next pulls in the Herzog side of the family, and namely the Snader family. And these guys are gonna whip up those delicious breakfast sandwiches in the morning. Later on in the day, they're whipping up the toasted cheeseburgers and the French fries and the waffle fries. And then pull in my parents, Paul and Diana Anselmo. And you know what they come with? Their checkbook. And we like it that way. Now, at 9 o'clock, that is when the auction begins. And that is when descending upon my farm is everybody. And the auction starts out with professional auctioneers and a word of prayer and the point of having this auction in the first place. It just sets a great tone for the day as people are reminded at the very beginning that there is a reason to buy those flowers. There is a reason to purchase that gift certificate or that quilt or that shed or that hunting blind. Side note, I learned what a hunting blind is. I had no idea. It was a very extravagant apparatus, kind of like a gazebo for your body when you're waiting for the deer to come and you have your your gun and the scope. Is it a scope, Scott?
Yeah.
Why are you laughing at me?
That's great.
The scope, right?
The scope.
Okay, so you got your gun and you got your scope, but you're not underneath the trees in a hunting blind. Oh no, you've got this enclosure and it's glass and it's got this fancy little bottom and there's special carpeting for your feet. I always thought that hunters were like the roughing it type, but I'm telling you guys, you could put a flat screen in there, an air conditioner, an area heater, and be quite comfortable while you're waiting for the deer to pass by. It's very sweet. So while the live auction is happening, there is a silent auction also happening. And basically, this is tables of like mostly higher end or super unique collectibles or items. And they don't get bid on in the live auction. They actually get like a sheet of paper where people can silently put their name, their number, and how much they want to pay for that thing. And then the next guy comes along and goes, ooh, I want that too. And they sign their name, their number, and how much more they're gonna pay. And at a designated time, when they say, okay, stop auction, whoever was the last person to put their bid in at the highest price for that item gets to go home with it. It's actually a pretty good methodology because not everything goes well over a live auction. We've got kid activities too. We're talking pony rides. We have a barrel train ride that's hooked up to a guy's tractor, and the kids get inside these little barrels and they drive throughout the field and the farm, and the kids love this thing. The barn is converted into like a kid's emporium of games. There's prizes, and so it's really neat. It's totally wholesome, and so you can bring out a kid of any age to experience and play alongside with Amish kids, Mennonite kids, and others in the community. Okay, some of my personal favorite items to bid on. So because I own a bed and breakfast, I really get into Amish and Mennonite quilts because my guests love those things. I like to bid on like really beautiful, exquisite quilts. And if you come to our bed and breakfast, you might have the pleasure of enjoying one in one of our suites. Other things I like to buy, any kind of food that is made and prepared by these people. Chicken barbecue, strawberry smoothie. I love the waffle fries. I love the breakfast sandwich. I love the powdered donuts. I love it all. More, please. So that is what I like. What does my husband like to buy? My husband is all about flowers. Flowers, hanging flowers, plantable flowers, herbs, gardening things. You name it, if it's about flowers, that's him. Unfortunately, I do not have a green thumb. I did not grow up in farmland with the appreciation and understanding and education about what it means to have a gorgeous flower garden, much to the chagrin of many people here because this is a big topic of conversation among the Mennonites. And I do not plant flowers because they all died. My husband, Scott, also loves iced coffee, homemade donuts, strawberry pie, subs. He loves all the food too. Needless to say, when it's time for us to close out at the end of the night between the two of us, let's just say that we save our money before we show up at the auction. 6 hours later, when the auction is finally winding down and people are leaving by buggy, by tractor, by scooter, by bicycle, by car, by walking, they're all leaving with their items. Everyone is exhausted. I mean, exhausted. It's always really nice to put your feet up on the porch with a cold drink at the end of the day and say, somehow we all did it again. There is going to be lives changed and lives encouraged and lives empowered because of this enormous amount of work for a very short period of time in our year. We plan about 6 months out of the year, and then that month of May, it's super busy. But so many people's lives are going to be changed forever because of this experience. Again, it's just a great way to tie it all in together and for our Amish and Mennonite neighbors to be a part of this with us. Fun fact, did you know that Old Order Amish and Old Order Mennonites are not typically allowed to fly in airplanes? That's right. That means because Haiti is an island in the middle of the Caribbean that is shared with the Dominican Republic, the majority of the people who put the most amount of work into this auction have never been there. The only way that they have even met Haitians at all has been the very few that have been able to come and visit us in our home. It is such an amazing testimony of vision to be able to say, I believe in this work, even though I may never have a taste of what it must feel like to see the benefits of my labor. I believe in it, and I believe in the community enough to sacrifice my own time and resources to be a part of it. I am one of the lucky ones because I get to go down there and see it and be a part of it. They don't. And to me, that's even more of a testimony of their strength and determination to serve others. So how did we get involved in Haiti in the first place? Click on this link above so that you can check out a little bit more about the background of why Haiti and why it grew. Please stay tuned for the next episode of So I Married a Mennonite, where we are going to interview two Haitian leaders down in Haiti, Vagnes and Daniel, and their work with the Hope Library, which is one of the sponsor recipients of the Hope for Haiti benefit auction. Merci, mak good, and thanks so much for listening.